show. We're talking about moon energy, lunar connectivity. We appreciate each and every one of you guys for being with us. And once again, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys. For your support of Apostle Ely going through this process. I want to say also hello to my Madrina and to my Padrino and my Oba and to my brothers and sisters in E5 Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, and Palo. Whether you are mystic, whether you are Ajay, whether you are in Catholicism, whether you are a shaman. What's up there, Larriton? Good day to you. Taurus in the house. Now I forgot your zodiac sign. What's up, Larriton? To each and every one of you guys, I appreciate you for being with us. It doesn't matter if you're a Christian or a Muslim, whether you're an atheist. When I talk about universal laws are applicable to each and every one person. What's up there, Shamari, my Cancer from Chi-Town? And then I got my Cancer, Monique 444. What's up there, baby? Arcade Power. What's up there, my baby Scorpio coming in. Keish, what's up? What's up there, Ronicia, Sagittarius in the house. Then I got my Karen O'Brien. Hey, hon, if you do not mind, email me your phone number because I need to contact you. Y'all got to remember, Minister Mario took care of a lot of those emails, and I am having a little difficulty operating right now. But I wanted to contact some of you. I did contact some guys, but I did email. So I want you guys to stay posted. Possibly is trying to take care of this. I want to say also to my Christian buddy, before you come in my live with the tomfoolery, this ain't the day or the month. What's up there, my Mama Susan in the house? These are the 72 names of God, technology, the soul that I read these cards. What's up there, my Boaz? Thank you so much. And I want to tell y'all something. I am fortunate enough to have some of the most best people that have been supporting my lives, supporting my website, supporting my product and my services. Because some of you guys through this time with Minister Mario have been so patient and so understanding and just was not putting pressure. And let me tell y'all something. I truly appreciate it. What's up there, love? How you doing? Then I got my Cancer Karen Cartwright in the house. Thank you so much. I'm telling you guys, do right by people. And when your time come around, people do right by you. My mom used to say, started out wrong, it ended up wrong. And I tell you guys, woo, it pays off to do right by people. What's up there, Father of our church? Brother Johnny. All right there. I'm going to drink to that. I got something to help me calm my nerves. I want to say hello to Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. Hello to each and every one. Is that my Natasha Foster, my Aquarius from North Carolina? Yes, it be. All right. Thank you so much for being with us. I want to say once again, thank you to each and every one of you guys that have made this this process a lot easier. Your prayers, your lighting of the candles, your veneration, the honoring, let me tell y'all something. His daughter read some of your comments. When I tell you, I don't know if you realize the impact that many of you are making. Just being honest and being supportive and allowing your energy to be a part of what we're doing here. She is so much in a better state and she's so proud of her dad because she gets a chance to hear and read a lot of the comments that you guys make on my post, and it has really helped that 15-year-old. I do understand that many of you guys may not understand what that may do for a child, not only today but down the road when she has her moments where she can look back on her dad's body of work, what he was doing when he wasn't with her, and it really, really matters. And I want to thank you personally because she did. What's up there? That's my biological sister in the house. How you doing, Florida girl gardener? Yes, she is. My sister grow a lot of my plants. I kill most of my plants, not because I'm not good with plants. I just ain't never home to tend to them. And right now, but I want to tell y'all something. Thank you so much for all the love that you guys. I actually posted on his wall. I posted on my page and I posted on there. And she reads that those comments, and they really, really help her. And I want to say thank you again to each and every one of you guys. She is so, she told Sister Tree that she is so proud of her dad. So I just wanted you guys to know what's going on. She was with me yesterday, and in service, and we did a releasing of the balloons, Sister Tree, and got some beautiful floating devices, and it was more. I've seen it done before because we've done it for Minister Mario's mother, but the type that Sister Tree ended up getting, I love those, and so I just thank her for, and all those that assisted in being a part of that, releasing those balloons in honor of Minister Mario, son of Ochosi Crown. So thank you once again. I also want to address something today. My subject is understanding your path. And when I say I teach universal laws, I'm not in the best of moods today. I had to actually go and get his death certificate today. So but I got on here because you guys not only heal me by your support, but I got on here because some people are trying to take advantage of my mourning and grieving time, and I want to say this. I want to teach y'all something, and if you let me, y'all know I'm a Sagittarius. My moon is in Aries. My rising sign Pisces. Let me explain something to you. I'm going to be coming from Proverbs, the third chapter, 5 through 6. As familiar as this scripture is, as many people that grew up in the church or grew up around the church, and we all heard this context of the scripture. There go my eldest son, Trey, in the house. There go Tree Rhonda, my Aries. Thank you so much. Now, it's Proverbs 3, 5 through 6. And I'm going to explain why this is universal and why this is applicable. It doesn't matter if you're atheist, doesn't matter if you're religious, non-religious, doesn't matter if you ever practice voodoo, Santeria, any of this. It's still applicable, okay? It says this: trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. Okay? My subject is understanding your pathway. It said, lean not to your own understanding. In all of your ways, acknowledge him, and he will direct thy path. That word path is with an S, all right? Why are you talking about this? Let me explain something to you. As you start on this journey, I've been doing this a long time. I'm 50 years old. I have been doing this since I was a child. I have practiced many religions. Let me explain something to y'all. One of the main reasons why I do not teach my particular practice or my particular genre of workings is because when you're talking to people, everybody's not going to walk your path. Everybody in life is not going to go down the road that you went down. Path, by definition, is a way or a track laid down for walking or made by continual treading. The reason why I want to talk about that is because when you're out here, and no matter what ATR you're in, or if you're in a setting like I am in a church, but I practice the ATR, African traditional religion. Now, why would I come on a platform and teach my practice knowing that I was born with these gifts, knowing that I was born with the spirits that I have, knowing that I was operating on a certain level at a very young age without any tutelage? Yes, I got guidance. Yes, but nobody gave me what I had. If you do not have that as a pathway, how can you teach somebody your pathway when they never walked down there? What you can teach is universal truth. That's why we talk about you can lead the horse to the water, but you can't make him drink it. That's why we talk about you don't miss your well until your water run dry. These things apply to everybody no matter what their pathway is. When you start telling people what to do in conjure, when you start telling people what to do in hoodoo and voodoo and Santeria, and not understanding their ancestral pathway, when we tell you or anybody else that is out here that claim to be spiritual or claim to be a leader or elder in this practice, what's up, Sister Jackie? My Taurus in the house. The reason why we talk about your ancestors, because your ancestors have already laid the foundation. They have already treaded the path. We call them a cloud of witness in the Bible. Okay? When you understand that your ancestors can help you in a particular practice that your ancestors practice. When you're out here listening to other people that you may not practice. What's up there, Renee, in the house? I got your make sure you also email me, sweetheart, your phone number, because I got a consultation for you, but I still need your phone number because I have to set that up. And I tell everybody, Mr. Mario handled a lot of that stuff, so I'm going through a lot of stuff that I wasn't doing. So, and I'm not that great at it. I would be very honest with you. I'm not that great at it. So I'm going to need a little help so I can get contact with you guys so I can get that set up. Okay. Now, back to what I was talking about. Understanding your pathway. Understanding that when you practice the same religion, the same tradition that your ancestors, depending on your purpose, depending on your gift, depending on your the level of grace God gives you, you may walk that same path very differently than your ancestors, even though you're in the pathway. That's why I told you, if you read that scripture, he said he will direct your path. Because on my journey, I have walked a lot of different pathways. They were similar to some of my ancestors, and then they were very differently, okay? Yes, I may utilize some of the same gifts or same energy or frequency or vibration, but I am on a different platform. My grandmother did not do the things that I am doing. My mother is not doing the same things that I'm doing. My father is not. I am walking the same path very differently. And when you're listening to people and you don't understand your own path, then sometimes you can get off of the path that God got for you, trying to do what other people are doing. Now, let me explain to you this. Working with herbs, working with saints, working with Loas, working with any deities. Let me explain it to you like this. I am working with some of the same spirits that my ancestors worked with. But because of my gifting, I am working with them differently. Now, if you are going to work with Catholicism, remember that is Christian based. It is also a lighter version of voodoo, because most practicing Catholics practice a lighter version of voodoo, because that's where Catholicism comes out of voodoo. Okay? Now, if you're going to walk the path of working with saints, then you need to have a church background. You need to understand that if you're going to call on Mother Teresa has a foundation in the church or the Catholic Church. So that means you need to have a basic understanding of the structure of the Catholic Church and their beliefs, their rites, and their priests. Okay? Every religion has some type of priest or priestess that operates and executes those sacraments or those rituals of that particular faith and denomination. How can you walk a path? Why would you take the information, or why? I don't care if you say, somebody say, you know what? If you work St. Jude, you can get some money. You know your ancestors didn't work with St. Jude. Why are you over there in the lane? I don't understand that, why it is so hard for people to understand their path. Be inspired. Be motivated. Gain knowledge of other diverse ways of worship and veneration, but understand your pathway. This is how you won't have to worry about getting tripped up, finding yourself in spaces and places that you personally do not belong, finding yourself having to cleanse yourself from certain workings because you done got off into something else, what somebody else is doing, because that's their path. Everybody is not going to be a priest. Everybody's not going to be a priestess. I'm going to drink to that. I don't care how excited. What's up, Janine Wise? I don't care how excited you are of watching somebody else walk their path. It doesn't matter. It still does not put you. You can sit there and walk with them all day long. If that is not your path, you may never go to the 5th floor. Every time you get in that elevator of prayer and elevation of spirit, you may only go as high as the 3rd or 2nd floor. That may be your path. It doesn't mean that God don't deal with you, spirit, ancestor, God, whatever. But you should not be out here listening to other people because they're doing certain things. Let me tell y'all something. There are so many people out here doing stuff that ain't got nothing to do with their path. That I'm telling you. Two cannot walk together except they are in agreement. You cannot walk with your ancestor when you're not walking the path that they have laid down for you. You cannot walk the path that God has directed you when you're listening at other people. God is guardians. I'm not out here telling nobody what to do, but I want you to have some basic common sense. Have some understanding why you need to understand the magic or the spirituality of your ancestors. And therefore, even though I may be inspired, or certain people I like, oh, I like how they get down, I don't go out here trying to do what Benny Hinn do. I'm not out here trying to do what Juanita Bynum do. I'm not out here trying to do what that's not my path. I'm not trying to do it like no other preacher that had come before me in my bloodline. It's not my path. I'm not trying to do it like no other apostle, nor the chief apostle. I ain't Peter, I ain't John, I'm not Paul, I'm Apostle Samuel Lee Ely Jr. And a part of my journey is being honest with y'all. And I don't know, some of y'all are trying to take advantage that I am not, I don't know if you think that I'm not aware of certain things, but do not come in my house teaching stuff I do not teach in my church. I do not teach people certain magic because they may not have certain levels of maturity. It may not be in their pathway. They have to have a spirit that operates with those particular herbs. If you're working with certain herbs, did your ancestors work with those herbs? If you're going to work with certain saints, did your ancestors work with those saints? If you Loas, did your ancestors work with those Loas? Or you may be a person that walked a certain path like Minister Mario, and then you became a trailblazer. Minister Mario is the first that we've seen in his generation as spirits that have been crowned in his bloodline. So he walked a path, and he treaded a path that was not laid for him by man. It was laid for him by God. So now the other ones that come behind him will have him as a landmark. Y'all understand it? Please hear me real good. Apostle Ely just trying to give you some wisdom. Apostle Ely just trying to tell you, no matter what you see on social media, or who you may church with, or who you may go in an Elay or a covenant, remember, we all have our personal journeys, and we have them for a reason. You don't want to find yourself running a race that was not even given to you. You don't want to find yourself studying about certain things that you can never practice. You cannot, listen, I cannot teach Minister Mario's daughter his magic when she has not initiated in his practice, even though that is her biological father. You cannot teach people certain things that they were not initiated in. And if that is your pathway to be initiated in, then why are you trying to teach other people that are not initiated? See, this ain't like a hotel room when we can go and get a room and then hand somebody the key. I'm going to say it again. This ain't what you do in the ATRs. You don't free willy-nilly give people stuff out of these initiated practices because you have a desire, a love for somebody. The reason why I know certain things when it comes to Minister Mario, because we're initiated in some of the very same practices. So it is okay for me to do certain things. It's okay for me because I am already a part of that particular practice. Can I talk to some grown people? I understand that I am hurting and I'm going through, but I do not teach people to work with certain spirits that are not a part of their path. And some of y'all know you ain't in the church like that. You just go to church. You just go to a hoodooist. You just go to a voodooist. You just go to a Orisha priestess. You're not in the lifestyle. You're not in the lifestyle. That is not your path. It is not your path. You cannot do something because you see me do it. You cannot go out there into the woods and get a stick because you see me do it. You're not initiated. No amount of licking or sticking makes you initiated. If you have not gone through the ceremonies, you should not be working with certain tools. End of story. Devotion is one thing. Working with those entities, working with those spirits, that's not wisdom. That is no wisdom. People are out here doing stuff for various reasons. And I am so... What's up there, Nicole? My Tara's in the house. There are people out here, y'all, listen. For various reasons, people do things. And I'm not here to talk about those plethora of reasons why somebody may be sharing certain information. I am telling you as an individual, whether you're a beginner, whether you're intermediate or advanced, if you want to excel in spirituality, you need to understand your pathway. You need to understand the spirits by which you are contacting. What are their mindsets? Keep on getting. In case of looking around. Exactly. A good old case. Let me explain it to you why I say this. Don't forget that the ATRs for most people, just like the church, is a business. Can I say that real slow? Do not forget at the end of the day that most people that practice the ATR this is a business for them. Very few people, even though we get different types of, I get donations because I'm in a church. We call it different things, the retro, tithe, call it what you will. Offerings, they get revenue. Understand that everybody is not going to be genuine with you because people are trying to make a living off of said tradition or religion, and you need to have an understanding of that. And they may have you in certain pathways that may not be on your life because they're trying to make a dollar. I did not get into these pathways trying to be something. I said that before, and I always enunciate that on my live. I was born with my gifts and abilities. My mother would tell you, my sisters would tell you, my children would tell you that I have always been like this. Before I ever got into Lukumi, before I ever got into Orisha practice, before I got into all this hoodoo and voodoo, I have always had this. As we in the black culture, we call it born with a veil over our face. That is just real talk. I'm not making this stuff up. And some of y'all got your own testimony, but nobody else is verifying it. I have, my children can tell you, my mother, my sister, my biological, my cousins. Please. Ray, please find you somebody else to play with. This is so not the live to be in. My name is Chief Apostle Samuel Ely Jr. I teach universal laws on my platform, and please, if you are coming in here with the foolishness, find you somebody to play with, because this is not the live for you, okay? When you are practicing, you have to consider what your ancestors. That's why when I do readings for people, when I do conjure for people, that's why I go based off of their structure. As some people call it spiritual frame, some people call it spiritual cord, some people call it different things, your eguns, the ancestors, the moretos, whatever. These are the type of spirits that will be assisting you in your path. This is why you should, if you follow your path, you will never be forgotten. Not forgotten, but you never alone. Oh, we got him. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Shema, it's been a while since we had in here. Yeah, I don't like, it's for some odd reason people feel like I'm grieving that I'm somewhere that makes me I don't know. It's ignorant to think. Let me tell y'all something. I am very particular why I teach the way that I teach. And I teach people my practice that actually practice my practice. But I do not get on my social media platform and teach you what I operate with, because I have to consider you may not have, or may not have been exposed. If you're getting into a relationship with people, places, and things, and you're not considering the path by which you are walking, and that some other people may walk a different path, and that they may lead y'all apart, then you're going to struggle in this thing, because some pathways going to lead you to some people, and some other path going to lead you away from certain people. And you got to be okay with that, because in this journey, there's many directions you may have to take. There's many stances you may have to take. There may be things that you may be able to do, but your wife can't do. There may be things that your husband can do that you can't do. Maybe there may be things that your sister can do that your brother can't do. Or some things your cousin may do or your auntie can do that you can't do. Because y'all got different paths. Listen. Stop so busy trying to be equal with people that you get out your lane. Because that's what happens, especially if you grew up in the church. Especially when nobody's verifying what is speaking to you. I do not have a problem with my readings being verified. I have no problem with that. Because if I'm telling you the truth, it's going to be confirmation. If I tell you something the Lord said, if I tell you something Spirit said, if I tell you something ancestors said, if I tell you something revealed, sir and ma'am, I know the difference between me speaking those things that be not as though they were, from me being given a word from the Lord. Chief Apostle, you bring a lot of love and light to your platform, and I'm so grateful for you and sharing your wisdom, knowledge, and educating us. Thank you so much, honey. Let me tell y'all something. I love what I do. That's why I take out the time, no matter what I'm going through, no matter what I'm dealing with. If I believe that you really trying to practice magic and you really trying to make your life better, and you trying to, even if you never burn a candle, if you never burn incense, and you just want to do affirmation, or you want a stronger prayer life, you still need to understand, are you an intercessor? What type of prayer warrior are you? Do you pray and fast? Do you pray and praise? How do you manifest even in the power of prayer? Even though prayer changes things. Because everybody does not walk the same path even in prayer. The same path when it comes to prophecy. The same path when it comes to working signs, wonders, and miracles. The same path when it comes to knowledge, wisdom, understanding. I don't care how much you read the Bible. If God never prepared, I have revelation. I am given revelation when it comes down to the word. I am a revelatory teacher and preacher. You're not, if you don't have that type of energy, frequency, or vibration, then how can you teach, or how can I tell you how to walk in revelation when you don't have the spirit of revelation? How can I tell you about healing? Anybody can learn about how to self-heal themselves when it comes to certain their chemistry and their pH and how their body works. But when it comes down to being a professional healer, that gift, that talent, or that ability has to be with you. No spiritualist can teach you how something except God give you. You got to first have a voice for somebody to coach. You could be a voice coach all day long, but the person first got to have a voice for you to coach them in. You got to have a talent or a skill or an ability to be perfected. They can't give you that. I remember my son, my middle boy, my Pisces, was going out for football. And one of his coaches told him, he said, he was like, my son was saying what he need to learn when it came to football. He said, son, we can teach you the plays. We can teach you strategy. We can't teach you how to be 6'4". The position they wanted to put him in was because of his height. There are certain things nobody can teach you. You either got it or you don't got it. Now, they can teach you based off of their experience how to operate in your particular gift based off of the talent God has given you. But they can't teach you how to be 6'4". They can't put something in you that you were not born with. I can't bring out something of you that ain't in you. I can't get a diamond out the rough without the diamond being in the rough. I hope I'm making it clear. And you don't have that kind of discerning. You don't have that kind of clarity. And stop. People's souls are the most valuable things that they have on this earth plane. And if you cannot effectively minister to people, you should not be giving and divulging information where people that are not a part or are not in the inside of that information. I don't care who you are. That's why I don't do it. That's why I don't say it. Not because I don't know it. I have to understand. I have to respect the boundaries what was set for, because it's important. How can you rake without a rake? How can you chop without an axe or a machete or a chainsaw? You got to first have something to work with, and it is important to understand your path and why God has you on certain paths. I didn't understand why I was going a certain direction. He would direct your path. She would direct your path. The ancestor in Pungo, the Lord, will direct your path. And then you will understand why you're on that path better by and by. That's why I'm telling you what to do. Because when you find yourself on certain things, like I'm going down certain path right now. Though I walk through the valleys of the shadows of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. When you are being directed by God, you are going to be okay. Even if you don't understand everything that is going on your path. If God sent you down there, Spirit sent you down, you're going to be okay. You understand? The reason people say, oh, Apostle Ely, you so strong. No, baby. It ain't that I'm so strong. I'm not leaning to my own understanding. And I'm letting God guide me. I'm letting Spirit guide me no matter how I feel, no matter what I think, and no matter what I'm going through. And so therefore, God has prepared in that pathway. The ancestors have prepared in that pathway for my healing, for my deliverance. That's why I'm able to make it through the thing. Because guess what? If it wasn't for God, I would have not met you guys. Y'all, our paths crossed because we had need for one another. If I look back on, if certain things had not have taken place and at the time that they were taking place, I would not be in the position that I am right now to be getting the type of help or the support or the love or the healing that I need. So I don't care if you're a Tata, a Mumbo, a Hugon. I don't care if you're a beginner. I don't care if you don't even ever pray to God. Baby, it is important to be on your destiny. It is important to be on your path. Not what somebody else wants you to walk, but what is for you. And you will always have provision in that pathway, because God would not send you down a direction that he does not have, or she does not have purpose for you down there. This is where I am with my walk. Let me tell y'all something. If you are truly looking for wisdom, if you are truly looking for understanding, if you are truly looking for knowledge, I am here giving you something. I live this. I walk this. This is not a show. This is not a put on. This is not a gimmick. This is not, I'm not out here trying to be validated. I don't have these issues that these other people have. I really don't. What I do understand is how serious this is, how much dedication this takes. And you need to understand, if nobody else understands where you at, nobody, listen, Linda, nobody else. And so therefore you would know what to accept or what to reject. I remember Apostle Callahan told me, I was going to a church and I was having issues in the church, and they told him not to come over where I lived at because we practiced witchcraft and sorcery. And I never forget Apostle Callahan. He came over anyway. He was eating a mango. It was so good. The juice was running down his arm. You know them kind of mangoes. And he told me, he said, son, he said, I was telling him about what I was going through. He said, listen. He said, I'm going to give you some advice. He's a Jamaican man. And I never forgot this. See, when something is on your pathway, you will get the wisdom you need. And let me tell y'all something about wisdom. It never expires. It never gets stale. It does not have an expiration date. He said, man of God, you're going to have to learn to eat the meat and spit out the bones. He said, the same way you do fish, you're going to have to do situations and circumstance. That which is good for you, eat it and digest it. And that which is not good for you, spit it out. Did y'all hear me? Some of y'all need to understand, when on this spiritual journey, you better make sure you got some saliva, so when you need to get to spitting. It's certain things that people are giving you, you need. I ain't trying to be nasty, y'all. But you need to spit that out. That ain't good for you. That ain't your pathway. Huh? You don't need to digest that, because that's going to cause you some problems. Because your ancestors don't understand what you're doing. Some of the stuff you're doing, your ancestors looking at you like, what in the hell is she doing? What is that? That ain't what we do. That ain't how we cleanse. That ain't how we conjure. That ain't how we reverse. This is why you need to understand your people. This is why you need to understand your practice. It don't matter what other people. I don't go out here trying to do magic like somebody else. I have so many. Listen, I am blessed enough that I have Tatas, Mambos, Bokors. I have all kind of spiritual people that really like me, that be showing me different things. But let me tell you what my spiritual dad told me. I was 13 years old and he was doing the work. And I wanted to participate in the work. And he stopped me. He said, no. He said, I want you to watch. I'm going to teach you just like I got taught. He said, you watch what I'm doing. He said, and eventually you're going to gain your own style. You're not going to do it the way that I do it, but you're going to watch how it is done. Because you got your own gift. See, I had really good teachers. I had people that gave a damn about my practice and what I was doing. And even though I admired him and I looked up to him and I wanted to be a lot like him, he always kept me in my path. He would not, very early in my working with him, he would not teach me evil. He would not teach me how to do certain workings. He always taught me how to do good work until later. I did eventually get there. But he told me you got to start off. Like he said, the spirit you have, you can do good or evil. Your spirit will do whatever you want it to do. He told me that from day one. He said, and don't let nobody ever tell you they gave you nothing. You were born with this. I've heard that from my spiritual brother, my spiritual dad. I done heard that from so many people. A lot of y'all don't understand. People can't bullshit me. I don't know. No, they can't. I know why I'm on the pathway. And when people talk to me, depending on what you tell me, tells me whether you being real or not. I have been schooled, y'all. I have been schooled. And you need to understand why it is important for you to understand your pathway, whether it's the pathway of Christianity, Muslim, shamanism, Kabbalah, hoodoo, voodoo. It don't matter. Universally, this applies to everybody. You're going to meet fools on your pathway. You got to know how to deal with them. Let me tell y'all something. In real life, there is no soundtrack. In real life, there is no how-to. You're going to have to know, be guided from the inside. And the more you learn the ATRs in the particular section of your life, the more you're going to know how to go to your own working to fix your situation. Because what works for me and fix my situation may not work for you. And this is why when I do your works and I do your consultation, that's why I go by your blueprint. Because I cannot fix your problem with tools that your ancestors don't like. I can't fix your problems with people and situations that your ancestors don't want to work with, because they're going to mess up the work. And that's any proficient and skilled spiritualist. I don't care what they practice. They have to consider what your spirits want to work with. They have to consider. Can't teach someone to be anointed. So either you are or not. Thank you, Nicole. That's that Taurus. I'm going to drink to that, Nicole. All I want to encourage, there's a pathway laid already. That's the purpose of we using the word even in the Bible, that you are predestined. Your soul has a contract. Your soul already picked its parents, it picks its situation and circumstance. That's why I was teaching y'all, I found myself fighting against God, because Minister Mario's soul had already picked this path. I could not change his path. I don't care how powerful you are. I don't care how well connected you are. I don't care how many spirits walk with you. When people have contracts, when people, their soul has already agreed to certain conditions and terms, it has to run that course. That's why we can say honestly to Minister Mario Crown, son of Ochosi, well done. You finished your course. You accomplished your path. You achieved your goal. My soul got to do the same thing. Your soul got to do the same thing. Now, whatever tradition your ancestors practiced to get you there, that's dependent on that's how you work. But going out here looking at other people and then letting people tell you, oh, go work with this spirit to get money, or go work with this spirit for protection. Is that where your ancestors went to? Are those the spirits that they called on? Are those the names that your ancestors summoned? Are you calling spirits into your ancestry that they did not work with? That's why this is called a journey. That's why this is called a lifestyle. That's why you have to take your time so you can be clear. I don't care how many people out there practicing. Nobody needs to be clear about the direction that you're going but you. Nobody has to be in agreement with your decisions on your pathway but you. That's why I only want people on my platform that resonate with me. I ain't out here to drag nobody into nothing. I have not, even as much as I know, I do not force my practices on my children. And they are my biological. They are my legacy. They are my investment. And I don't tell them, because it is a personal journey. When you get on that path, you need to be committed and dedicated. I don't care if it's going to school. I don't care if it's on a business. I don't care if it's a relationship. All of those paths, everything I do at UPS led me to this point. All of those experiences on those paths put me in a position to be able to teach and to give the information that I'm giving. Because if it wasn't for those different paths I went down, I would not have the experience or the information. And my life ain't no different than yours. You are on certain paths for a reason. You're meeting certain people on those paths for a reason. And you need to know why. It doesn't matter what their name is. It doesn't matter where they came from. They were meant to be in your life. They were meant to show you, guide you, inspire you, or whatever. And then for you to walk your path stronger, however. But that's the purpose of all this readings, all this doing this conjure, all these prayers, all the veneration, to run your journey, to do your path, to put your feet on the beach. Everybody want to talk about the time where Jesus, Yahshua, lifts you up. But if you don't know why your feet are on a certain path, you're not going to understand the steps by which God had led you. Like they say, my soul looked back and wondered how I got over. He said, I went looking for Ray Pig. Yeah, people are tripping. Let me tell y'all something. There are so many people out here unexperienced willing to give advice. There are certain people that have never been down your pathway, never going to go down your pathway, are willing to tell you how to walk your walk. That's not the problem. The problem is that you're listening. The problem is that you don't know who to resonate with. The problem is that you don't understand why you are on certain pathways, and that's why you need to be listening to the people that are on those pathways. Y'all understand? I can't make you do nothing. I'm just telling you why even the people in my church get tripped up. Some of y'all constantly looking for a quick fix. You constantly trying to look for a cheap way to do something. You're constantly trying to get out of doing the hard work. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. There is only one price. A living sacrifice. If you ain't about that life, that's fine. But don't try to find a cheaper way, an easier way in these paths, because it doesn't exist. I am telling you as a chief apostle. I am telling you as an initiate. I am also telling you as somebody that was born with what I got. It has not changed any of these trials. It has not, none of the knowledge I have stopped me from hurting. None of the trials I have stopped me from being betrayed. What it has taught me in my pathway is how to deal with it, how to resolve it, and move forward. That's what it has taught me. And if you want to be able to run your race and be effective, and at the end of your race, people, God, spirit, ancestors can tell you, well done, like Minister Mario Crown, son of Achosi, then I would advise you to stop and consider your own path. Everybody can't be your teacher. Everybody can't be your guide. Everybody cannot be your inspiration. Everybody cannot show you how to pray, because they don't even believe in the power of prayer. They don't believe in the book of Psalms. You got people out here preaching and running churches that don't believe in this. They don't even have a clear understanding. You understand? There are people out here pastoring people that can't lead themselves. I had certain people that were so confused. I said, I would not even follow you back to your house. You so double-minded, I wouldn't even follow you back to your house. Because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know where you're going. Some of y'all see people, just like in Christianity, just like in Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, and all these ATR, just like in Christianity, there are people out here that are part of things. They still don't know what the hell they doing. Know the tree by the fruit it bear. That's universal. It don't matter what you doing. You on the job. You got police officers. You got firemen. You got UPS drivers. You got beauty. They don't know what they doing, and they working in those occupations. You got doctors out there that don't need to be doctors. You got nurses out there that don't need to be nurses, but they there. Oh, Trey going out by some. I told you Trey was hilarious. I'm a different kind of fun. And that's another thing. Me and Trey, my eldest son, even Josh used to wasn't funny. Josh used to be corny like. But when he started hanging around us, and his jokes got better and better and better. But so all of us, all of my kids have got a sense of humor. But they're different types of sense of humor. You see what I'm saying? You can be in hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, Christianity, but your energy, your frequency, your vibration is going to bring something totally different to that same genre. It is so important. I came back from Florida with some nukes. I'm trying to see something. I let Trey loose in my laboratory. I told him go through it and get what you want. But my thing is, I'm trying to encourage some of you to stop telling people your particular practice. Share your testimony, share your experiences, but if that individual themselves are not on that path, then that's not good information for them. If she ain't trying to be married and she ain't looking to be married, she don't need to be taught about being a wife. You're wasting time and energy. Huh? She gonna be somebody's side piece, somebody's throat choker. That's what her calling is. That's what her destiny is for. That's what she's into. If you can't teach her that, ain't no sense of her going to Mother Teresa. What you calling on a saint like that? They're going to work against you because of the lifestyle that you live. You can't have a righteous spirit that you calling on and you doing unrighteousness. That just don't make, like, that's not the path you're on. You shouldn't be working with certain people because of how you if you are bisexual or you're gay, you can't work with certain spirits that got a problem, or certain people that their ancestors got a problem with your sexual preferences. You cannot work with certain people that have racist spirit, that have a problem with black people or brown people or whatever. That stuff is going to affect. I don't understand why y'all don't get that. You can still do magic within the path that your ancestors have for you. It doesn't matter what you try to make something. It doesn't change the energy, the frequency, or the vibration. This is why this stuff is important. This ain't about trying to get money at you. I tell you guys about venerating your ancestors. Let me tell y'all something. I have the guardian angel incense. I have the ancestor incense. I be telling you guys about it because it's about you awakening. What is your ancestor saying? If your ancestors good with me, we can work together. But if they're not good with Chief Apostle Ely, I'm not your guy. Your ancestors have to be good with me for us to have a productive relationship spiritually. I don't care how much you may like me. They might not want you to be a spirit. What I'm doing may be above what they want you to get into. Every time a door is closed, it's not a negative. Every time a window is shut, it's not a negative. Some of y'all don't realize being in poverty has kept you here on earth. Because too much money for you gonna make you get beside yourself, and somebody gonna put a bullet in your ass. Because money make you. You don't make money, money make you. See, there are certain things you going through and you're on a certain pathway that is actually keeping you in the game. Because if you had certain things, or certain things were given to you, you would go out there and hurt yourself or hurt somebody or get hurt because you think more of yourself than you ought. You go beyond the measure by which your spirits have given you. And that's all I'm trying to show you. I operate within my means, in my path. I have a powerful Padrina and an Oba. I have powerful friends. I don't be out there trying to do what they doing. As skilled as I was, I still follow what my Padrino was telling me how to work with the Santos. You not ready for this path because you don't know how to follow instruction. You don't know how to say I don't know. You don't know how to when somebody asks you a question, say, baby, I just started yesterday. I showed up in the class 2 days earlier than you did. I ain't in no position to be teaching nobody nothing. I'm still learning right along with you. Even though you just can't, I know more than you know, but I don't know enough to be teaching nobody. See, you're not honest enough on the path to be like that. Because they don't know, you don't know, you only know a little bit more than they know. When people knew the stuff, they don't know that you don't know what you don't know. And you're not honest with them. And if they keep listening to you, they're going to find themselves doing certain things and on certain pathways that are so far away from their destiny. So that's why Apostle Ely take his time. That's why Apostle Ely do that. And some of y'all, I appreciate y'all because let me tell you something. You know why I ain't did your consultation yet? Because you're paying me and you're giving that type of money for me to give you a certain level of service and quality. And if I can't give you that, then I make sure that I get in a place. I've been doing my cleansing. So when I do your readings, I give you excellent work. And I make sure it's worth your time, your energy, and your resources. That's what I have, a brand. I have a standard by which I live. That's the path for Apostle Ely. You may have another crook out there knowing that they ain't in space and out there just would throw anything at people. That ain't me. That's not Chief Apostle Samuel. I got to keep reminding myself. Doing that in honor of Minister Mara. He's been trying to get me to walk in that title for the longest. I was already on the path. I just would not say it. And that's another thing. Whether I said it or not didn't change that I was already on the path. Whether I tell you I'm a Tata, whether I tell you whether I'm a Bokor or a conjurer or hoodoo, if you already on the path, the works speak for themselves. I am here, hopefully on today, that you acknowledge your path, where you at on that path, and understand if that is not the type of tradition that your ancestors practiced, then you need to start working and developing and strengthening yourself in what they were doing, so you can become strong. And then you have less and less disappointments. You will have less and less things not coming to pass. You will have more confidence in what you're doing because you will have the support of your ancestors. You cannot ask your ancestors to support you in something that they do not practice. I'm going to say it again. This is why a lot of people wear a lot of ass whooping when it comes to Chief Apostle Ely. I don't care how many ancestors you got with you. I don't care how you venerate them. If they are not on my level, you or your ancestors cannot F with me. It's just that simple. I outclass you, I outstep you, and I outrank you. If you got a lieutenant for an ancestor and I have a captain for an ancestor, I still outrank you. My Jesus. Yes, thank you so much for being with us. Let me tell y'all something. I just got, Sister Tree brought me my Oya sword for my crowning. When something is meant for you, you're going to get it. My mom used to say this thing, better late than never. Minister Mario got crowned before he departed this life. He did his thing. Better late than never. Better what you were born to do than you out here doing all and wasting all your time and energy and find out when you cross over, you have not even done your first work. I'm going to say that again. Some of y'all going to find out when you depart, you're going to have to come back here and do another work because you first ain't did your first work, what your soul can't handle first, because you spent all your time listening to other people got you out here doing stuff that ain't got nothing to do with what you were born here to do. And that's just real talk. And I don't care who practice what, that's truthful. I don't care who you are. If you came down here, let me tell y'all something. John the Baptist in the story had the spirit of Elijah and he did not work one miracle. But Christ, Yahshua, called him the greatest of all the prophets. Miracles, manifestation, don't make you great. Fulfilling your destiny makes you great. Now you heard that from the chief. Going out here and trying to impress all these other people, you better make sure that you fulfilling your obligation of what your soul came here to do. And that your ancestors here to assist you in. Your ancestors ain't here to live your life. Your ancestors here to assist you in the life that you came to live. They might not tell you that, but you're hearing it from the chief. So when you burn your ancestor incense, when you burn your guardian angel incense, when you burn, now you have a better understanding. Now you have a better understanding of why. Now when you lay down your veneration and you put out your offer, now what you do. So all of you that supporting me in my crowning, I want you to know what you do. I am, yesterday, I needed $4,000. Somebody sent me I don't know, my spiritual daughter, she didn't tell me if, well, Kiki sent me $1,000, my spiritual daughter. So now I only need but $3 more. From where I was coming from, I'm almost finished, almost there. So I'm only $3,000 short of finishing up. But I got my sword today, Sister Tree brought it to me. It is freaking beautiful. So I want y'all to know, this is what you're supporting. This is what type of man you're supporting. This is what I believe in. I am not going to walk this journey in front of you pretending. I don't want you to ever think, whether you in Christianity, voodoo, Santeria, that spiritual journey means that it protects you from hurt, harm, disappointments, setbacks, issues. But it doesn't. What it does is teaches you how to resolve them based off of the particular science by which you practice. It teaches you how to deal with through the wisdom because every practice has some type of wisdom that is given to that particular practice. And if you embrace that wisdom, it will help you to resolve and move forward in your journey. Simple as that, sir. Simple as that, ma'am. And if you're going to support somebody, understand why it is important sometimes to see behind the scenes, so you don't have an unrealistic idea about life as a spiritualist. For whatever reason, me being a Sag, I may glam this thing out, but I try to let y'all know how much dedication, resources, time, energy, food, just everyday life that I have to deal with, so you don't get into this thinking that you ain't gonna have to deal with that stuff. That's why some of y'all laugh at me, but I say I still got 3 baby mamas. I'm a chief apostle now, and I still got 3 baby mamas. Stop thinking because you get into Ifa voodoo that it changes certain decisions you already made. Certain reputations that you can make better, but there's certain seeds you done already sown. They not going nowhere. I don't care what kind of leaf, no matter what kind of bark you get, it ain't going. You can clean the energy, but you still slept with Miss Sarah's husband. You still slept with Mr. John, Mr. Bartholomew. You still over there licking on puppies, sir. You love whatever you into. That your spirituality does not change the action that you've already taken. It gives you a different eye opener through spirit, how your destiny and being able to operate in a life in a higher version of self. I feel like I need another consultation after watching this live, Chief Apostle. Shamari, I love you. I hope that whatever I have shared today, that you take it seriously, that you honor people that are on their pathway, that you respect people that are on their pathway, understanding that it is not your journey. You don't have to like it. If you do like it, it still doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, they got to walk that out. They got to live through whatever has been prepared for them to face on those journeys. And sometimes, baby, you're going to find yourself in situations, no matter how much passion you got. That's why I told you guys, I have to dismiss this situation with Minister Mario. Not the win out of me. I have to get myself together. But please do not try to take advantage of this time in my life as though I don't have the same authority. I don't have the same power. I don't have the same spirit. I can still bust a cap in your ass spiritually. I don't care. I can do that off the couch. I can do that on the commode. I don't have to be in front of the altar to put to sling a spiritual arrow and go right through your ass. Okay? So don't get none of my grieving, none of my transitioning confused. Me preparing for crowning. I'm still a warrior. A hurt warrior, but nonetheless, I'm still a warrior, and a skilled warrior at that. So, thank you. I don't know if you guys want me to do readings for you or anything, but I do have my healing incense, my Better Business, High John, Oil of Gladness, Triple Threat, Peace Incense, Love, Roll Opener, Mental Clarity, Blockbuster, Money, Guardian Angel Incense, Ancestor, Reversal, Protection, Stop Gossip, and Courtroom Incense. Okay? This lady said, y'all, that was, and you know what I love about my platform? Y'all love me for me. I don't have to front. And this is not just juice. It's something in here, because I needed something to calm my nerves. And Mother Susan, my alky, is the one that fixed it for me. So if she take advantage of me tonight, she said, Apostle, stop. She really ain't no alcoholic. I call everybody that drink, I say that about them. I say that. I've been saying that for years. I tell my children that I call them alcoholics. Sometimes she's like, you gonna make them people think I'm a real alcoholic. Girl, fix me a drink. I need something to calm these nerves. And I say to you, once again, if you do not mind, after this live, After this live, please comment. You know you can't drink. I know. I need some calming. It ain't. She ain't put that much in there because it's mostly fruit juice. That's what she's supposed to be doing. But that's a woman of wisdom. But my nerve was just not there today. I needed something to help me. But I say that because let me tell y'all something. I just try to keep it as real as I can without crossing the lines with sharing secrets and stuff like that. Because I want y'all to be effective in this stuff. I want y'all to really, really grow in this stuff. And it's just too many people out here that I know that is not putting the work in, and they can't tell you the truth because they trying to be something they're not. It ain't time for it. It ain't time for it. You know, when it's time for you to be a teacher, you gonna know it. Mother Susan said, stop it. I love her. She's sticking out with Apostle. I appreciate that. Once again, y'all, to every one of you guys, from texting me to inboxing me, my church family, my biological family, especially my children. Like, let me tell y'all something. My children mean so much to me. And Chloe just really blessed me. It meant I have really been having a hard time because we have been so intertwined for so long, living each day without his physical support. It has been trying, but I want to thank you guys so much. I don't want to mind any of, because I don't want you guys to think that even if I don't answer, even if I don't respond right away, there's times I read it, I go to it, and it strengthens me, it heals me. And I want to tell you, to my social media family and my sister, taking out her time to talk to me through the night and just or through the day, and different ones that I have to just get it out and talk. You know, Mother Susan has been such a blessing to me. After she was here with me with Mr. Mario, and Mr. Mario had her to promise to be with me. At the time, she did not realize what he was really saying to her, but she has been such a blessing to me. And let me tell you one thing she did for me that some of y'all need to learn. I was going down the road. We were headed to Miami. And I looked over at her and realized it wasn't Mr. Mario sitting in the front seat. And the tears began to flow. It started raining and I was crying. And this is the wisdom. Sometimes when you're trying to help somebody, being honest, she said, Apostle, I wish I could help you. I wish I could make it better, but I can't. Sometimes people just need you to be there. They don't need you to say nothing. They don't need you to do nothing. They just need you to be there. Okay? Because it's a part of the journey. I'm going to have to help somebody else go through what I'm going through now. So therefore, I need to go through it correctly. I need to gain what I need to gain through it. But Mother Susan has been such a, and she always be worrying about, well, Apostle, I can't give like everybody else. You doing what, you on the path. You doing the work. You are here for, there go my friend, my Sagittarius, Madam Oshun is in the house on Facebook. That's what's matter. People, let them be to you what is needed. I'm going to say this to y'all on this path. What I learned from Mr. Mario, son of a Chosi Crown. If you can't love the one you want, love the one you with. Just because other people that he would prefer to treat him right, they didn't treat him right, didn't mean that he did not accept the people that was treating him right. Some of y'all will dispel, remove yourself from people because they're not the people you would prefer, instead of accepting who God has sent to give you the energy, the support that you're looking for. Even if it don't come from mama, daddy, brother, sister, or cousin, Tata, Mambo, Hugon, it don't matter. As long as you get what God got for you, to whatever vessel that God sent you, that's all that really matters. And you can still hurt that they not there for you, but you can't lie and say God didn't send somebody to be there for you. You're still not alone. You're still not alone, and I'm not alone. And Minister Mario, he too knows it not to be around. So I say that to you in my process of my grieving. That's what I learned. You got to love the people that God's sending to you. Even though the people that hurt you are the people you would prefer. Sometimes you got to accept what God's sending to you, because they're going to do you more justice than the people that you hurting over. Okay? I hope this helped. I hope you take it for what it is. And I hope you stay out of people's face when you know you ain't in no place to be teaching them or sharing your practice with them, because they ain't initiated in them practices. Okay? God bless you. Much love. Salutate. Don't forget to comment after this video. God bless you.